Can food really starve cancer? That's a big, bold claim, so let's set the record straight. No single food cures cancer, but the way that we fuel our bodies absolutely changes the environment cancer cells grow in. And today I'm going to share 4 ketovore, carnivore friendly foods that the science says can help create a less hospitable neighborhood for cancer. This is by lowering glucose, balancing hormones, and reducing inflammation. No gimmicks, no hype, just what the research is pointing towards. And for you science lovers, the resources that I cite are in the description just for you. I am a fellow science nerd too. Here's the big picture. Many cancer cells thrive on glucose. They love sugar. This is called the Warburg Effect. Think of cancer cells like greedy teenagers at an all-you-can-eat buffet. They pull in sugar like crazy and then use a process called glucolysis to fuel themselves. That's unusual because your healthy cells can burn fat and glucose flexibly. So the idea of ketogenic or carnivore-leaning diet is to lower glucose, lower insulin, and make life harder for cancer cells while supporting the rest of your body. Again, this is not a cure, but it is a powerful metabolic strategy being studied as an add-on to treatment. So let's get into the first food. Wild fatty fish like salmon and sardines. These are packed with omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA, which are like firefighters for inflammation. Chronic inflammation makes it easier for tumors to grow, and omega-3 helps put out those fires. In cancer patients, omega-3s have been shown to lower inflammation markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, and may even help people tolerate them better. Practically, that means less pain, less fatigue, and better overall resilience. You don't need to eat salmon every single day, but 2 to 4 servings a week is a great place to start. Sardines are budget friendly and travel well, and if you can't get enough from your food, talk to your doctor about a fish oil supplement. Now, the second food is the humble egg. Yes, the whole egg, yolk included. For decades, we were told to skip the yolk, but that's where all the power is. Eggs give you a complete protein to protect your muscles, which is critical because your muscle is your metabolic engine. Lose muscle and you lose the ability to burn calories efficiently, which means insulin stays higher and belly fat and tumor fuel stick around. But eggs also pack choline, B vitamins, vitamin D, and fat-soluble nutrients that support your mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells. Think of it like this. Eggs are nature's perfectly packed portable vitamins. And when you cook them in butter or pair them with an avocado if you're keto, you've got the perfect protein plus fat combo that balances blood sugar, keeps you full, and doesn't feed the glucose-hungry side of your body. Now, the third food is unprocessed ruminant meats like beef, lamb, and bison. Let me clear up a myth here. Processed meats like hot dogs and deli slices, not the same thing. We're talking whole cuts, steak, ground beef, and roasts. These are nutrient powerhouses: iron, zinc, carnitine, creatine, nutrients your mitochondria and your immune system actually depend on. These meats are rich in saturated and monounsaturated fats that keep you in ketosis when your carbs are low, and their protein supports your muscle and your healing. The fear-mongering around red meat has been overblown, and recent large analysis show that unprocessed red meat, especially when paired with a whole food diet, does not carry the same risks that you've been warned about for years. The key is quality and balance. Prioritize whole cuts, avoid the sugar or nitrate-loaded processed stuff, and let beef and lamb be the cornerstone of your protein. The fourth food is organ meats, especially beef liver. I know. Some of you are already making faces and rolling your eyes, but stay with me. Liver is nature's multivitamin in disguise. It's packed with vitamin A, B12, folate, copper, and choline, all critical for cell repair, detoxification, and immune health. You don't need to eat it daily or even in large amounts. Just 1 to 2 ounces once or twice a week can give your body a massive nutrient boost. If the flavor isn't your favorite, mix it into your ground beef. A little bit goes a long way, and I promise you won't even notice that it's there. So let's zoom out. Why these 4 foods? Together, they help lower your glucose and your insulin, the fuel many tumors thrive on. Protect and fuel your muscles so your metabolism stays strong, and lowers inflammation so your body isn't creating an accidental welcome mat for cancer. It's about building a metabolic environment that supports you, not the tumor. Now let's do a quick myth versus fact. Myth: a low-fat diet is healthier and protects against cancer. Fact: healthy fat supports hormones and reduces inflammation, while low-fat diets can leave you hungry, spike your blood sugar, and are more likely to overeat carbs. Myth: red meat causes cancer. Fact: the evidence largely points to processed meats being the issue, not whole cuts of beef or lamb, especially in the context of a low-carb, keto, or carnivore approach. Myth: dairy always feeds cancer. Fact: dairy can raise insulin-like growth factor IGF-1 in some people, but full-fat, low-lactose dairy like cream or butter is far less of an issue and can be a healthy fat source in moderation. The key is knowing your own body and recognizing how you respond to it. Now, let's get back to practical. What does this look like on your own plate? Breakfast might look like 3 eggs scrambled in butter. Lunch could be pan-fried salmon, a small burger on the side with butter or ghee. Dinner might look like a ribeye steak with 2 fried eggs on top. Maybe a little slice of cheese on the side. Once a week, swap out a little beef liver, even if it's hidden in your burgers. That's it. Simple, satisfying, no starving, no gimmicks. And by eating this way, you're fueling your body and starving the glucose-hungry side of the cancer cell that it loves. Want something that feels like a treat? Try browned butter bites or carnivore custard, 2 of my absolute favorite snacks, or even small meal replacements. I'll hook you up with both links at the end of this video. Now, here's the fine print. The research on ketogenic diets in cancer is promising, especially for certain brain cancers like glioblastoma, but it's still early days. Small trials and case studies show potential, but there's no one-size-fits-all cure. The best approach is to use these dietary strategies as supportive care alongside what your oncology team prescribes. Think of it as another tool in your toolbox, one that can improve quality of life, energy, and possibly slow tumor growth. And here's something important. This isn't only about people already facing cancer. If you're blessed to be healthy and simply want to give your immune system the best shot at protecting you, this way of eating can be a wonderful foundation. Did you know that most chronic and degenerative disease, including many cancers, begin in an environment of chronic inflammation? Estimates suggest as much as 80 to 85%. The good news? Inflammation is something that we can influence every single day by managing stress, prioritizing sleep, moving your body, and consistently choosing nourishing foods like the ones that I've mentioned. You create an internal environment where your immune system can thrive and stay on guard. We can't control everything, but we can tip the odds in our favor. So here's an action step. Pick one of these 4 foods and add it this week. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Build habits, layer them in, and notice how you feel. Your energy, your cravings, your recovery, your sleep. Your body will tell you if you're on the right track. And hey, if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments and share it with a friend who might be needing to hear it as well, because you never know who this might help by sharing. And as always, be good to yourself, be good to others, and keep loving life over 50.